This saint we celebrate today, St. John of the Cross. He wrote a lot of books, and one of the books is called The Dark Night of the Soul. The Dark Night of the Soul. What is the Dark Night of the Soul? And why did he call it Dark Night of the Soul? For instance, before you came to know Jesus, before you came to church, things were moving well with you. Everything was just moving well. Your business was going well. Wherever you put your hands flourishes. But once you said yes, that I want to become a disciple, you pray, but you don't see the effect of your prayer. You used to feel the presence of God around you after you pray or when you are praying. But all of a sudden, you don't see that again. That time or this time is called the dark night of the soul. You are a businessman or woman. You used to have customers, but now you don't see anyone coming. This is the dark night of the soul. And what St. John of the Cross is trying to let us know here is that the dark night of the soul is not a time or a moment of punishment like God punishing us for our sins, but it is a time of purification. It is a time of purgatory. God is purging us from our attachments. God is separating us from the things of the world. This is the time of the dark night of the soul. It is not a time of punishment. I know many of us are passing through this time right now. And this time, the dark night of the soul, St. John of the Cross says that this time has stages. There is one called the dark night of the senses. The dark night of the senses. Everything you used to love in this world, they are now going away. Your friends are going away. They don't love you again. They used to love you. Everything in this world, nothing is pleasing you. These are the dark night of the senses. And another stage is the dark night of the spirit. In this stage now, that is the stage you will doubt even the existence of God. You will say that there is no God. If there is God, why doesn't He answer my prayers? I've been praying, I have done a lot of things, but it seems like God is on vacation. This stage is the stage of the dark night of the spirit. St. Paul, in Romans chapter 7, there was a time St. Paul questioned God. He said to God, why is it that what I do is what I don't want to do? And God said to him, my grace is sufficient for you. In Psalm 30 verse 5, David also questioned God. But God says, sorrows may endure throughout the night, but morning comes with joy. I call it the time of spiritual surgery. It's a time of reunion. It's a time God strips out everything from us so that we can trust Him more. We can depend on Him. That is the time of the dark night of the soul. He makes us to depend on Him. He makes us to forget about all our possessions. He wants us to focus on Him. That is this time. I don't know if you are passing through this time right now. Maybe in your marriage, your husband used to love you, or your wife used to love you. But now we don't know what is going on. You can't explain. Maybe you are passing through this dark night of the soul. And what the Lord is telling you is that sorrow may endure throughout the night, but joy will come in the morning.